Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año felicidad. In this easy guitar lesson, I'm going to teach you to play the Christmas song, Feliz Navidad. Now this is perfect for beginners because there are only 4 simple chords. I'll teach you those chords and I'll teach you a strumming pattern too, and we'll start with the chords. The 4 chords you'll need for this song are D major, G major, A major, and finally B minor. Now, we can divide the song into 2 sections. The Spanish language section, that's the section with the Feliz Navidad lyrics, and the English language section, that's the section with the I Want to Wish You a Merry Christmas lyrics. And the chords for those 2 sections are slightly different. We'll start by looking at the chords for the Spanish language section. So the Spanish language section of the song is going to start with 4 beats, that's 1 bar on G major. Feliz Navidad. Then it's going to go to A major for 4 beats, again 1 bar. Feliz Navidad. And then we go to D major for 8 beats, that's 2 bars. Da. Feliz Navidad. Now we're going to go back to G major for 4 beats. Da. Prospero. Now A major for 4 beats. Año felicidad. Now we're going to go back to D major, but this time we're going to play 5 beats. That's 1 whole bar on the first beat of the next bar, and then we're going to stop, and we're not going to play anything on guitar for the next 3 beats. They're just going to be silent as far as the guitar is concerned. Da. Okay, now when we get back to that point, that's the end of 1 round, if you like, of the Spanish language section of the song. We repeat that whole section again. So we start with the G major, Feliz Navidad, then on to A major, Feliz Navidad, then on to D major, da, Feliz Navidad, G major, da, prospero, A major, año felicidad, and then D major, remember just 5 beats and then a stop, da. And that's the end of the Spanish language section. And next we'll look at the English language section, which is slightly different. So just like the Spanish language section of the song, the English language section begins with 4 beats on G major. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Then we have 4 beats on A major. I want to wish you a... Now we're going to go to D major, but only for 4 beats for 1 bar. Merry Christmas. And then we go to B minor for 4 beats for 1 bar. This is the difference to the Spanish language section. We don't do this in the Spanish language section. I want to wish you a... Now back to G major for 4 beats. Merry Christmas from the... Now A major for 4 beats. Bottom of my... Now we're going to go to D major, and as at the end of the Spanish language section, we're going to play 5 beats. That's 1 whole bar and the first beat of the next bar on that D major. Then we're going to have 3 beats of silence. Okay, and when we get to that point, we're going to repeat the whole of the English language section again. So starting with our 4 beats on G major. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, A major. I want to wish you a D major, Merry Christmas, B minor. I want to wish you a G major, Merry Christmas from the A major, bottom of my D major. Hard. Get ready for the stop. There it is. Next, I'm going to show you a strumming pattern for Feliz Navidad. Just before I do that though, let me say, if you've been enjoying this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do subscribe so you're notified about all of the future videos that I release. Okay, let's look at the strumming pattern next then. I'm going to show you a simple strumming pattern first, and then for those that want to go further, I'll show you a cool little percussive trick that you can add to it. But let me demonstrate the simple strumming pattern first for you. So here's the demo. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, prospero año, felicidad. Okay then, let's look at how to play that strumming pattern. That strumming pattern is like this. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. Now if I let the chord of G ring out where I play that strumming pattern, this is what we get. Down, down, up, down, up. Now, if I just count as I play that, this is what you have. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? I think the key to this strumming pattern is you don't play on the third beat. You play a down on the first beat, you play a down on the second beat, you play an up on the and after the second beat, you don't play on the third beat, but then you play on the and after the third beat, that's an up. You play on the fourth beat, that's a down, and you play on the and after the fourth beat, that's an up. So, down, down, up, down, up. Alright? So that's the basic strumming pattern. That's a bar, so when we get to the G major, we play that strumming pattern once. When we get to the A major, we play it once. When we get to the D major, well, that depends. Sometimes we play it once when we're in the English language section, then we go and play the same pattern again on the B minor once. Other times, when we're in the Spanish language section, we'll play 2 strumming patterns on the D major, because we're going to stay on that D major for 2 bars or 8 beats. Now the exception comes when we have the stops, and the stops happen after the first beat of the second bar on the D, so on the 5th beat of the D. So all we'll do there when we get to a stop is on the second bar of the D, we're just going to play 1 down on its own. So it'll sound like this. Here's the first bar of the D, followed by the second with the stop in it. And at the end of that stop there, all I'm doing is damping that second bar. So if we apply our strumming pattern to the song, we're going to play 1 strumming pattern on the G major. Feliz Navidad. Then 1 strumming pattern on the A major. Feliz Navidad. And then 2 strumming patterns on the D major, because we have 8 beats, 2 bars on that D major. Da. Feliz Navidad. Back to G for 1 strumming pattern. Da. Prospero. A major for 1 strumming pattern. Año felicidad. Now when we get back to the D major, this is where we do something a bit different. We're going to play 1 whole strumming pattern, and then just the first beat of the next bar, which is a single downstroke. Da. Here we go. And then we're going to mute our strings. Now, let me show you how to mute those strings if you're not familiar with how to do it. So to damp the strings, to stop them ringing when we get to that stop in Feliz Navidad, I'm going to use this part of my right hand just here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to put it on the strings there, and it will stop them ringing. Now, you won't really see that when I demo because my hand won't be at this angle, it will be at this angle. But that's actually what I'm doing. It's just, you know, this part of my hand just here, which is just stopping the strings. I tend to also at the same time release the tension on my left hand as well. So they're just sitting on top of the strings, also damping them. But obviously that would only work on its own for the top 3 strings there, because they're the only ones I'm fretting. So I tend to do both things, but the crucial thing is really using a right hand and damping the strings with that right hand. So when we get to that D chord and we want to play the stop, we're going to do this. We're going to play one whole bar, down, down, up, down, up. And then when we get to the down, which is the start of the next bar, we're going to play that down, and then we're going to damp with our right hand like that. And the timing of that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the next down is going to be on the 1, and on the and, that's when you damp. Think of it that way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and, damping on the and after the 1. Okay? So that's how we do that damping effect. Now, on the English language section of the song, we're going to apply that strumming pattern in a very similar way. But just remember, when you throw in the B minor, that's 4 beats, 1 strumming pattern on that B minor, and only 1 strumming pattern on the D before you get to the B minor. So it's, I wanna wish you a G major for 1 strumming pattern, Merry Christmas. To A major for 1 strumming pattern. I wanna wish you a D major, but just for 1 strumming pattern. Merry Christmas. B minor for 1 strumming pattern. I wanna wish you a G major for 1 strumming pattern. Merry Christmas from A major for 1 strumming pattern. Bottom of my. Then we're going to go to D major and we're going to play 1 strumming pattern and then a single downstroke for our stop. Hard. Here we go. Next, I'm going to show you the cool percussive trick that you can add to that strumming pattern to make it sound even better. So we're going to take our basic strumming pattern, but we're going to apply that cool percussive trick to make it sound like this. Let me show you first and then I'll break it down for you. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, prospero año, felicidad. Okay, let's look at how to do that then. Okay, so our basic strumming pattern, as we know, is down, down, up, down, up. And that cool percussive effect is going to come in on the final down. And what we're going to do on that final down is, instead of letting the strings ring out, at the same time as our pick is starting its journey, raking down our strings there, we're going to damp with our right hand in a similar way to the fashion I showed you earlier, using this part of your right hand to damp the strings. We're going to sit that part of the right hand on the strings as we're playing that downstroke, and that's going to give us this effect. Okay? Like that. You can just practice doing that on its own, actually. So all we're doing there is simply putting our right hand on the strings there, obviously different angle from the one you're seeing there, because my hand's more like this, but it's this part of the right hand sitting on the strings as I'm doing that downstroke. Now, I do tend to release the pressure on my left hand fingers at the same time, but the crucial thing really is what you do with your right hand. So it's that. You get that percussive effect. So remember, it's on the last down of our pattern. So let's try playing through that pattern a few times slowly. I'll cycle from the G to the A to the D major, starting with the G. Here we go.